What is going on, YouTube? Hope everybody's doing good. Let me turn on some light here so you see me better. There we go. A little bit of light, make everything all right. Hope everybody having a great weekend. Got a little scully on right now. Just started getting cold out here, but hope everybody's doing good. Give a shout out to everybody over there, Sports Card Nonsense, Dustin, Sports Card Dad, Australian Dan, Dan the Card Man. We got DPZ, we got Bo Million Cubs Card Project, we got Steve, we got J Mac, we got guys down the street here at Unopened Pac Man, we got Southern Sports Card Store, we got I already told you about Mike Gio and the boys at Sports Card Nonsense, Jesse Rhodes Gibson, DPZ, Dustin, Sports Card Dad, and yeah, Jeff Wilson. Hey, well, start out start doing this on Tuesdays when I got art class. Everybody knows Tuesday. We like to talk about Tuesday, but we're going to go Max's weekly winners, Max's money picks, whatever you want to call it. But I'll tell you why I think he's going to win. I'm not encouraging you to gamble. These aren't guarantees, nothing like that. But if I look at the games, I'll tell you who I think is going to win. Now, I don't belong in any fantasy football, and I don't gamble on anything. My wife does, though. She asked me for advice. I'm pretty solid over the years. But yeah, I don't gamble on anything. And for the most part, by default, I'm going to always pick the Chiefs. So let's start by the first game, which is going to be being played across the pond. And it's going to have the Ravens and the Titans. Well, riveting. But tell you what, should see a pretty evenly matched game. We got the Titans 2-3. We got the Ravens at 3-2. Since they're playing across the pond, there's really no home field advantage if you think of it like that. But I think that at the end of the day, the Titans are going to end up winning against the Ravens. They're gonna beat them there across the pond. So we're going Titans over the Ravens. Next one, going to be an interesting game, I think. Panthers and Dolphins. I think that there's some things that people have gotten accustomed and used to seeing from the Dolphins and the way they scheme things up on their offensive play calling. And people, I wouldn't say figured it out necessarily, but they know to expect the unexpected. So I think it's going to be a close game, even though it's going to be in Miami. I think that the Panthers have a chance. But do I think they have another chance to beat Miami in Miami? The answer? No. I'm going with no. It's not going to happen. Miami is going to end up winning that game, and they're going to. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't necessarily see a 70-point blowout, but Miami's going to take that one. Next, we got the Saints going to Houston to play the Texans. Now, here's what I think about that game. I reckon it'll be a close one, but I believe that the Saints and Derek Carr are going to have enough to pull off a win down there in Texas. So we're going to go with the Saints on that one. Next game we got the Commanders and the Falcons. I think that's going to be an interesting game with two young quarterbacks. And I apologize about the background noise. I wasn't expecting everybody to start acting like animals. Save for the dog, the rest of them, I have no excuse for them. But I'm not going to let it kill my vibe, so don't worry about them. They'll be fine. Anyway, Commanders, Falcons, Ritter, Howell in Atlanta. I don't think Desmond Ritter's looked bad. I don't think the Falcons look bad. I think they haven't played well, if that makes sense. Commanders, I think they've got a very good team. I just don't think they've got it all quite put together yet. But I do feel it's going to be a close game. I think the Falcons are going to find a way to pull this together, and I don't think that the Commanders are going to play poorly. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch, but I think the Falcons are going to find a way to win this one. So we're going with the Falcons to take the Commanders. Next, we got the Colts and the Jags in Jacksonville. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game, and I'm going to take the Jags in this one. I like the way they've been playing the last couple of weeks. I think that they got quality all the way around, coaching, special teams, offensively and defensively. Not saying anything bad about the Colts, but I'll take the Jags on that. Next, we got Seahawks Bengals in Cincy. Nothing against Joe Burrow. Hasn't been playing well. Maybe it's the injury. Hard to say. Don't know. Hasn't been himself though, and I think that's going to be key, especially when you got Seattle's a serious team. They got the desire to win. They got good coaching. They got good defense, good special teams. They got a decent offense that can move the ball down the field. I think that they've got enough to give the Bengals a run for the money. So we're going with the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Bengals. Next, we got Vikings Bears Soldier Field. Vikings gonna win this one. I don't think the Bears. I just don't feel like they're gonna being a young team with young players, a young coach, etc., etc. I think that the Vikings are ready to kind of break out. I think they're ready to take that next step, show people what they were able to do last year, and kind of get back into that groove of things. So I'm going with the Vikings to beat the Bears, Soldier Field this Sunday, tomorrow. Next we got Browns, 49ers. This isn't going to be my surprise pick by any means. I don't expect the Browns are going to just lay down and die, but I don't think the Browns are going to be able to compete with the 49ers. And because of that, the 49ers, I feel are going to win that one with relative, I don't want to say it's going to be a blowout or relative ease. They're going to give them everything they got, but I think that we're going to see another win from San Fran. Brock Purdy has been playing great football. Next afternoon game, we're going Patriots Raiders in Vegas. Bill Belichick going up against Josh McDaniel. I'll be honest with you. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be for New England. I don't think it really matters. If it were me, would I give up on Mac Jones? Not necessarily. I just don't think he's a good fit for that Belichick system. And I think if you want to maximize, the strengths at the quarterback position based on the system, Zappy has been consistent with his throwing and completions, but Grier, who they picked up after Dallas on the go, would be a guy that, is the season over? No, but he would be a guy I would look at and strongly consider if I was going to look and evaluate potentially make a change at the quarterback position. But with that being said, I think that momentum the Raiders have coming out of that win on Monday night against Green Bay, I think they've got enough, and I think they're going to go ahead and take another win and come out ahead against the Patriots on Sunday afternoon. So we're going with the Raiders against the Pats for the win. Lions and Bucks in Tampa Bay. Who's going to win that one, you ask? Lions. I'll go with Lions. They've been playing great. Jared Goff's been playing great. Hutchinson's been playing great, anchoring that defense really well. I like what I see on all sides of the ball, including coaching from Dan Campbell and that squad. I like what I see out of that group. I think that the Buccaneers have got a pretty good team. I don't think they're perfect, but I think that they're going to put up a good fight there in Tampa Bay. But I don't think they are going to be enough to give the Lions a loss. So, Lions are going to beat the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. And we got, look at that, the Cardinals and the Rams in Los Angeles. The Cardinals are not going to win the game. I don't know what else to say. They just got a lot of issues going on. It's not a lack of talent by any means. It's not a coaching issue. It's just a lack of, there's a lot of different things, whether it be commitment, whether it be execution, whether it be, just there's a lot of different things that need to fall into place in order to win in the NFL, and being able to do it consistently is something that doesn't come easy on any given Sunday. But I don't like their chances. I think that the Rams are hungrier and want to be able to demonstrate that they are able to be good and to win. So I expect the Rams to come out ahead against the Cardinals. Next, we got Eagles and Jets. And this is my surprise game of the week. You're going to think I'm crazy, but I think the Jets are going to win. Yes, I believe the Jets are going to show why they invested so much in Aaron Rodgers and those around him to be successful. I think that they are going to game plan enough to where Zach Wilson will be able to manage the game offensively, to move the ball productively, and not allow for mistakes. Manage that ball, and you've got a pretty decent offense that can move the ball consistently. You just need to hold on to it and not get sloppy and not make mistakes. So that's my wild card pick of the week. That's right. The Eagles will fall to the Jets. I'm not saying it's going to be a big drop. They're not going to get destroyed by any means, but they will not win. So the Jets are going to beat the Eagles in MetLife Stadium tomorrow afternoon. While we're in New York, we got the Bills and the Giants. You know, I don't know what the deal is with the Bills here as of late. They're up and down, but I think that overall they've got a better team. They've got better players. They got more talent on the books. They have no reason not to win this game. That's not taking away anything from what Daniel Jones, and the guys over there in New York have been trying to do and put together. But at the end of the day, I think that we're going to have another Bills victory. So congratulations. Hope it's not too early to celebrate Bills Mafia, because anything could happen. But I feel pretty good about the Bills taking the Giants out. Either way, I guarantee you this: the team in New York is going to win. Let's see. We got the Monday night game. Dun 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 dun. Cowboys at the Chargers. You know, tough loss against the 49ers. Tough loss. Can they get it together? Can they pull out the W? It's hard to say. Is Dak Prescott the problem? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I will say this: I don't necessarily feel that he is playing his best, and it's not just him, but the team in general. Yes, they've shown that they could really step up and step in and dominate games, but they've also shown that they could flounder, fall apart, and look really bad. So we'll see. I think I think the Chargers have a good chance of beating him. I think Mike McCarthy as a coach is only as good as his quarterback. I think Dak Prescott as a quarterback may or may not be the best. But either way it goes, I'm going with Justin Herbert and the Chargers to win Monday night against Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. So those are the week's picks. We're going to be back on Tuesday to talk about next week. And I'll include Thursday night's game against the Jags and the Saints. And we'll see how I did. You guys know how I did. I know who I picked. So we always reflect back to this. And if I get everything right, then I'm a genius. And maybe I should start gambling. No, not going to happen. Real quick, hobby wise, nothing new. Got some new products still coming out. I'm buying what I'm buying still, and I've actually bought a few guys here as of late that you wouldn't think I'd be buying, and I'm buying them for different reasons. I got Trey Lance and I got Will Grier. Why those guys? Because I think that there is definitely opportunity for them in particular to be able to get into a position, possibly with the teams that they're on, because of their poor play, whatever it is, you know, inconsistency at the quarterback position, whatever you want to call it. But I think these guys may have a legitimate opportunity to be able to step in and play some quarterback. So we'll see if I'm right or wrong, but I've been buying the Griers and the Lances, autos, all rookies, mid, high, in dish, I guess you could say. Um, and then Purdy. Been buying a lot of Purdy, not because of any other reason aside from I think the guy's really good. And I enjoy watching him play. He reminds me, he doesn't remind me of anybody but himself. He's an exciting guy to watch. I'm glad that he's gotten back from the injury and he seems to be doing really good. He's excited to watch. That team is excited to watch. He plays hard. He plays smart. He takes care of the ball. Doesn't make mistakes. He wins. And, I'm rooting for him. I've always liked the 49ers. Great franchise. A lot of history. Uh, they're not better than my Chiefs, but that's my Chiefs. Anyway, aside from that, I buy those guys because, like I said, you never know somebody go down or somebody just completely underperforms, and these guys happen to be available on those two respective teams that are having more so New England than Dallas at the moment. But we'll see. Who knows? But that's just, I'm not telling you who to buy. I'm just telling you what I've been buying. And Purdy, I think, unless he gets hurt or decides to retire like Andrew Luck or some craziness, nothing to worry about him. He's going to be solid. He's, greatness sees greatness. I'm not talking about myself. I'm referring to Tom Brady and what he had said about him. And if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you ought to look and see what Tom Brady had to say about him. If you haven't seen the guy play, he's pretty amazing. Had he not gotten hurt last year, would they have went all the way to the Super Bowl? It's hard to say. But either way it goes, still got some time left for the season. We'll see how right I was on my predictions. If you like what I have to say, click that subscribe button. Share me, share it, share the word, whatever proper terminology is. Like it if you like it. And I appreciate all you guys who watch and tune in. Always welcome to come aboard. Bring anybody who wants to come on. We can talk about sports. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Basketball and football. That's my two sports that I'm most comfortable with and have the most knowledge about. Baseball, hockey, football. We can talk about them, but also boxing. Yeah. But anyway, everybody, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Be safe, have fun, be responsible-ish, and we'll see you guys again on Tuesday, all right? See you guys. Bye.